Hey guys, how's everyone doing this fine morning or afternoon or night? I don't even know. Yeah, everything, all of the above. Milos, Pushkar, Ron, Captain Panda, username. How's everyone doing? How was Pushkar number 2? Because you typed first. Something went wrong for chat? Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pushkar. Sorry, because I have the different screens all require like different types of chats. So, like this screen here has a chat that auto updates. This one here needs like a little bit of update every time I go live, so it's just all different. Chris, how's it going, man? How you doing? How's Milos number 1 already? Because he was the one that that did the first message, I think. Just got done with yard work. Nice. Okay. Damn door. How's it going, man? How you doing? How are the great elections going? DSV is running away with it. DSV is the French Trump. He's actually rolling everybody. Although in fairness, I think that was an expected thing for most people. Yark, how's it going, man? How you doing? What did he get? 0 vote? You got 1 vote. I mean, you can call me. Oh, Leo Sam. Okay, sounds good, man. Okay, all right. Second account. I see. Okay. Nagato. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Oof. Hopped back. How many accounts do you guys all have like 3 or 4 accounts you watch YouTube with? This is insane to me. Luvion Nightwalker. How y'all doing, guys? This is my government. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I only have this account. Like, I have my main account, and then I have this, and then I have the YouTube account. That's it. How does everyone have like 7 accounts? This is insane. The same account needed the real name for college. Oh, I see. I have 5 or 6. That's crazy to me. I have different accounts for rage baiting. I got 5 votes. I know, Nightwalker. You at least look like you had a chance in the race. You at least look like a reasonable candidate. I just have this for you too. F-E. That's crazy to me. Bolin, how's it going, man? How you doing? Alien. Oh, that's actually a good one. We're voting for the next mod in Discord, Leo Sam. If you have a second, pop by the Discord to vote for it. The Baron of Baldness got huge support from the Bald Emperor. He will be my bald lieutenant. There's a better way to say that. I can't think of it off the top of my head, though. Nightwalker, I don't even think it matters anymore. I think DSV just has it in the bag. Man, the nickname of DSV gives huge advantage. What? I tried to... Okay, listen. Nightwalkers is already chosen, so I can't do anything about that. But for DSV and Nagito, I gave them both alliterations. I came up with both of them on the fly. I feel like they're both pretty good, you know. The E threw me off because I only chose words with E, so I didn't. Was that? Yes, I think. Yes, I think. Oh yeah, username sent me this. Very cute. This is also a very cute GIF. Bear baldness is too good. Milos, if you have a second, someone reminded me that there is no absolute quick blitz chess match. Oh, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. If you have a second, do you mind putting the absolute cinema as a thing, as an emoji on the Discord if you have a second, Milos? DSV, I'm glad you like it, man. Mr. Loki, how's it going? Romero, thanks for popping by. How you doing? All right, yeah, let's do a quick chess match. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move this here really quickly because I don't know if I have even a chess.com account set up on my thing. On this email, so I don't know. Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't know what this. You can roast Ankh with his chess skills. Oh, you guys are gonna be so mean. Should pose as the absolute cinema guy. Oh, we can do that with the green screen. You guys can. Oh, that'd actually be pretty good. That's like a good idea. Okay, let's do a quick blitz match. We'll do a 3-minute match. All right, you guys are gonna roast my chess skills. I haven't played in a long time. Okay, I want to preface that. Such all along. I've always been partial to the London system. Remove his. Okay, I go here, he goes here. Oh, I'm already cooked. I do this, he takes this, no problem. Okay. I gotta think of a way to doubly reinforce that. Let's just do this. He can't take this because of this. Oh, take, checkmate. Yeah, I'm no Hikaru, unfortunately. If he takes it with this, he obviously loses the queen, so he's not going to do that. And then I just do this. This reinforces this. So now he can't take, because then I take, and then we're okay. Okay, but I would really like to get out of this pin. Okay, if I move up here, he takes, and then that's, and then no, that doesn't work. Let's just do this. Code Geass mentioned? Wait, who mentioned Code Geass? What's happening? I don't... What's your thoughts after the frame by frame? Yes, added him on Absolute Cinema. Aw, thank you, Milos. That was very quick, man. Appreciate it. I think the results have generally been pretty positive. I do believe so. Yes, thank God. Whew, he got rid of that on his own. Alright. You know what? I'm not even mad. I didn't even lose anything there. That's okay. Let's go here. He can't take this because of this. He can't take this because of this. So we're okay. Now he has to take, or... Okay, one, that was a really dumb move. He should take from this one. Now I'm just going to castle to get out of any dangers. We're okay. That was dumb. Now he probably has to go here. Oh, I guess that's a good move. I'm just gonna go here. I can go here, but then he goes here, and then he threatens my queen, and it's just kind of a nightmare. Now I just take this. It's another pawn for me. Now he's obviously threatening to take this. I think I just go back. I don't think I'm losing anything. I think we're just chilling. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. I do apologize. I'm gonna read chat in like 2. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't even see it. Oh, I didn't even see them. I didn't even see him. Oh, I'm so dumb. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. You stop playing chess for a little bit, and all of a sudden your whole shit is just cooked. Now he castles. Oh, we're so cooked. Actually, Anka boys. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Nightwalker. Be careful, otherwise wig might come off. Oh, no. This Lord of the Mysteries setup is lit. What do you mean? Oh, shit. I didn't even realize the time. Oh, my God. I've already lost. I'm at 8 seconds. There's just nothing I can do. Oh, that's so dumb. Yeah, I've just lost. I can't do anything. He's literally just stalling for time. Oh, fuck! I was winning if I was winning if I didn't have the fucking huge time fuck up. Oh God, oh. Okay, oof. That was bad. Okay, that was bad. I'm not gonna lie. I have advanced from Lexicon player to chess player. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Okay, you know what? If you guys are up for it, we'll just do Wordle and this nowadays. Because I love this. I love playing chess, but I don't actually have a lot of time for it anymore, and I get review it. Yeah, this is just cooked. 2 greats. Oh, that's pretty good. Did we already read past Amon's most scary scenes? I think so. Okay. I think let's start reading at this point, guys. It's 12. Well, 11:59, but you guys see the point. Bro, you gotta play with me. What's your rating, Lasuyashi? Let's start with that. What's your rating? Thorium. We're at 900. Man, we're at 901. That's crazy. Thunder, how's it going, man? How you doing? 901. The mutated paper figurine. What? Bullet 1350, rapid 950. Okay, that would actually. Like, okay, so back when I used to play, I would be a decent bit better, but I don't know anymore actually, because my rapid rating used to be about 1200, like 1150 technically, but the background is trauma-inducing. I'm on goated, right? Goated and woaded, really. You can play against chat sometimes. Yeah, I would totally be up for that. How about we read like 3 chapters and then I will play you, Lasuyashi. How's that? If anyone else wants to play too, let me know in chat. We can read like 3 chapters, play a game of rapid chess, and we can keep going. None of us are Amon. All of you are Amon. Okay. The mutated paper figurine. Klein didn't bring Azek's copper whistle directly above the grey fog this time, but he did plan on doing it the same way he did when he first divined the mutated sun's sacred emblem. He completed it by using the object's projection. Although this would decrease the accuracy to a degree, causing the divination to fail at obtaining any effective revelations, it guaranteed that the item was undamaged. He still recalled the time back when he divined the origins of the black ear that came from the listener, the sealed artifact that had suffered retaliation from the true creator, causing it to crumble and reform into a charm. Keep the Unk mind refreshed with the chess games in between. Exactly, yeah. He's therefore, with the suspicion that the divination results could point to the death's corpse or other remains, a godhood power of a sequence, 0, that had long perished but was still capable of changing the Berserksea's environments. Klein decided to leave Azek's whistle in the real world and divine it using a projection. This was to avoid the possibility of damaging such an item. After all, death and the true creator were at the same level. As for why Klein directly dared to use Grozel's travel to divine its origins, it was because the ancient god Onkvald had long perished. Its corresponding characteristics had likely been inherited by someone else and changed hands several times. Furthermore, the book itself was extremely strong. Even a blast of the sea god scepter at full strength couldn't do anything to it. By the same logic, Mr. Dor was likely only a king of angels and was in an exiled and quarantined state. He could only barely send out his ravings, making it impossible for him to deal any damage. With the help of the power of the mysterious space above the grey fog, I can quickly recover from the damage and corruption without any lasting repercussions. If Azek's whistle was to be destroyed, it would truly be gone. I wouldn't be able to contact Mr. Azek again and use it to attract the undead. This whistle has been like the best fucking thing Klein has ever had. It's helped him all the way from like first half of volume 1 all the way up until today. Anytime he comes up with the undead, he or comes against the undead, takes out the whistle, throws it, and they're all like, Pit with a gun. How's it going, man? How you doing? I am no Mr. Fool, but I appreciate it. Klein very calmly and skillfully held the copper whistle's projection and the paper figurine with the divination statement in hand before leaning back into his chair and closing his eyes and chanting the reason for this copper whistle's abnormality today. After chanting it 7 times, Klein entered a deep sleep and entered the dream world. After an unknown period of time, he saw a dark, gloomy mausoleum. He saw a dark-colored staircase that extended downwards with coffins placed around it. Is this gonna be fucking... Is this gonna be the mausoleum that the chief are currently in? The coffins were all open with dead bodies in them. On their backs grew white feathers that were stained with pale yellow oil. I don't think it's the same one. Did you finish recording? No, Nagito, I have not. No, I'm gonna record it today. Even in the dream, Klein found the scene abnormally familiar, as though he'd seen it before. This, so then it might be him recalling the mausoleum he saw when he first divined Mr. Azek's origins, hearing Amon in any context of Lord of the Mirrors. Well, you see a whole bunch of him behind me. What's the new video about? All the Nighthawks explained. Kami, how's it going, man? At that moment, he seemed to smell the putrid smell of rot and to hear the slow breathing of some object. He felt that the darkness in the mausoleum was thickening, giving him an acute feeling of deathly silence. Suddenly, ravings that were both loud and soft sounded at the same time. The corpses in the coffins, with white feathers on their backs, floated upwards, and with their half-rotten, half-pale faces, they looked out of the dream. With his heart skipping a beat, Klein lost control of his heart, as though it was grabbed by an invisible hand and was ripped out of his chest. During this process, his dream collapsed into fragments as it returned to nothingness. What? During the final scene, Klein saw not only that there were corpses growing white feathers on their backs and other parts of their bodies, there were thin, illusory black tubes that stabbed into their bodies. They extended deep into the mausoleum where an endless cold, sinister black fog emanated. The black fog slowly contracted and expanded, producing panting sounds. With the commotion from the scene landing in Klein's eyes and ears, the color in his heart rapidly drained. It left his skin rotting and overflowing with pus. It made his every pore produce thin, dense white feathers that were stained with pale yellow oil. It made the projection of Isaac's copper whistle in his hand shatter into a blob of black fog. I don't know, Mr. Loki. I've been thinking about that. I don't know if these should be members only at first or not. I don't know. If you guys have any input on that, let me know. The members, obviously. Like, I mean, I'm happy to make it members only. I'm happy to not. It doesn't affect, obviously it affects you guys most. I'm just curious. Yeah, I guess that's true. Klein felt a baffling sense of regret as he cast his gaze to the side of his chair. He saw an illusory black fog floating there. Wait. What? No, hold on. The long model table in the ancient palace rotted and collapsed as the 22 high-backed chairs were enveloped with white feathers as though they had a life of their own. Seeing the endless gray fog silently churned, the mysterious space above this gently stirred, quickly restoring everything to normal. It was as though nothing had happened. Klein, who had collapsed to the side of the chair, reached out his hand and grabbed the table leg, and slowly stood up. Sitting at the side of the chair, he slowly exhaled. He rubbed his temples and subconsciously did a comparison. Weaker than the true creator in EBS, but stronger than Mr. Door. But I'm not sure if it's because the latter was exiled and quarantined, which minimized the amount of power he could transmit. Why am I thinking about these comparisons? It's not like I could match them. It would be the same even if I was a demigod. Unfortunately, I didn't directly see the object hidden in the black fog, otherwise I might be able to obtain some potion formulas or mysticism knowledge. Klein felt a baffling sense of regret as he cast his gaze to the side of the chair. He saw an illusory black fog floating there. Klein ranking gods and angels, yeah. It was a remnant after the shattering of the projection of Isaac's whistle. There's no sensation of strength, which means it can't be used as a charm. What's the use of it? Klein thought of something else as he summoned a backup paper angel from his junk pile and cast it onto the black fog. Quarantine mentioned. Yeah, don't even joke about that, man. The moment the two made contact, they immediately fused together. The paper figurine quickly turned black and appeared serene and quiet. Why would Klein even take this chance? I feel like this is so out of character. What if the black fog corrupts the angel, and the angel then starts fighting Klein and just stabs him through the heart or something? Not gonna happen, but still. The paper figurine, the paper figurine quickly turned black and appeared serene and quiet. On its back grew white feathers that were stained with pale yellow oil. Such a change was only maintained for half a second. The paper figurine returned to its original state quietly, but it didn't seem corporeal. It was as though it was half illusory. Shido, how's it going, man? How you doing? Where are you right now? It's paper, it's not that dangerous. It's a fucking seraphim. I would be pretty scared of it, okay? Really a video explaining different divination methods? That was actually going to be the next one I was going to make. Oh, you finished volume 2? Holy shit, Shadow. How was that, man? That was something, eh? Yeah, that was rough. Not as rough as the ending of Volume 1, but it was rough all the same. Apart from that, there were feather-like patterns that covered the paper figurine's back. What can this be used for? Klein made the mutated paper angel land back in his palm. What is a seraphim? You talking One Piece? No, I'm talking about the paper angel. Seraphim. Seraphim is originally known as that would be that's what the king of angels would be. A seraphim is a king of angels, belonging to the highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy, associated with light order. So like if I go here, I don't know what the fuck this website is, but the seraphim are the highest order of angels. New stuff to throw in the next battle royale. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Shido, that's true. Now that if you have time, I'd watch that video. I'm curious on your take on it. What are the top 3 questions you have right now? Why are some gods... why can gods not descend onto the earth anymore? Because they used to be able to. Why does Klein have access to the gray fog? Or what is the gray fog? I'm going to roll those into one question, really. And what happened with Mr. Isaac? What's his backstory? Why did he lose his memories? I think those 3 are probably my big ones. What can this be used for? Klein made the paper figurine land back into his palm. He didn't dare to use divination to determine its effects, afraid to see that the scene from his dream before. Allowing the now prepared object from deep inside the black fog to invade where he was. No Mr. Door stuff? No questions? Who gives a shit? What? A mere angel? I don't give a shit. The only angel I care about is the angel of my heart, Mr. Isaac. After repeated checks, Klein used his knowledge and mysticism to determine something. This doesn't contain any powers itself, but it's substantially unique. Perhaps I can create special effects that are related to the undead domain when I use it as a paper figurine substitute. It's like my adventurer's harmonica. Although it doesn't contain any strength, it can summon a messenger with great strength. Klein immediately put away the mutated paper angel and began interpreting the scene from his dream. Black Mausoleum. Oh, okay. Bye, Mr. Loki. Thanks for popping by, man. Black Mausoleum. Open coffins. Corpses with feathers on their backs. Black fog emanating. These revelations seem to point towards death, or something important that death left behind. Perhaps it's a certain product of the Numinous Episcopate's artificial death project. Right. Why did I find what I saw familiar? Klein carefully recalled and found an answer. He had done a divination a long time ago. That time, the contents of his divination was the result of hiding matters related to Mr. Isaac from the Nighthawks. Back then, he had seen 2 scenes in a dream. One was of himself into a sea of blood and being pulled out by Isaac, which was, of course, when he was saved by the meteor. The other was finding himself in a dark and gloomy mausoleum, looking as though they were searching for something. Klein had... Oh, so Klein and Isaac are gonna go searching through a mausoleum together? Where Klein has to change identity? Yes, Shido. Yes, that's the same conclusion I got to at the ending of Volume 2 as well. But I will say, I enjoyed... I hope not. Interesting. Like, I really like that idea, Shido, because I thought it made sense. like for Klein, because he's already in a facade anyway. So at that point, he's just layering the facade on, because like he's Zhou Mingru in the body of Klein. Now he's Klein in the body of Sherlock. Now he's Klein in the body of Gehrman. And then you just keep doing that, you know. I'm not going to say any more because Shadow doesn't know any further ones, but... Back then, he had seen two scenes in his dream. One was of himself. Nope, already read this. Klein had once tried interpreting it, believing that the first scene represented him in danger and being rescued by Mr. Azek. The second scene represented them exploring a mausoleum, or somewhere that symbolized a mausoleum together. You also don't know any further? I know one more after that. I know one more after Gehrman Thunder. The former had been verified during the meteor that came falling from the skies in Backland. The latter finally revealed clues today. Could it be that the place that Mr. Azek and I will be exploring is the mausoleum that I just saw? But this mausoleum is very dangerous. The object in the deepest part of the black fog has a very high level. It's only slightly weaker than true deities. Furthermore, it's filled with malevolence. Klein knitted his eyebrows bit by bit, believing that their exploration together wasn't a good thing. Nah, it's okay for once or twice, but doesn't it get repetitive after to the point of becoming predictable? I think as long as the reasons differ, I don't mind it, Shido. I think if every time Klein was switching his personas because, oh, like the authorities are getting closer, like some really big stuff happened, and now I need to escape because otherwise, the authorities are gonna catch me or whatever. It's like, but the reason changes. And as long as the reason is different enough and the identity is different enough, I don't mind it at all. This made him believe that it was necessary for him to stop Mr. Azek. However, he also suspected that the divination scene he saw couldn't be avoided. Otherwise, a worse outcome could happen in the most dramatic sense. At least, during my first divination, there was only the exploration scene and no appearance of danger. Perhaps there's no way to circumvent it. This might be why seers are so often vague. At times, being clear might backfire. Klein planned on vaguely mentioning his dream without providing any interpretation when he met Mr. Azek again. After making up his mind, Klein returned to the real world. Shattered light and the pure light of dawn emitted from the elder of the 6-member council. Let me just put on some different music because I feel like this mausoleum warrants it. I saw new music was sent in the music Discord, so let's take a look at that. I don't know what this. No, we'll check that out later. I feel like this is fitting. I like this. My music domain has been breached upon in my absence. Well, your absence was rather substantive. What's the best sequence 9 in terms of offense and in terms of usefulness, according to you? That's a great offensiveness. I would assume like hunter or warrior or something. Usefulness, I would venture to say probably reader. Oh, Shido, I enjoyed 3 the best out of the 1, 2, and 3. So I think you'll like it. What's the best utility? I think reader. Probably utility-wise. I assume when we say utility, I assume we're talking about like day-to-day, like assuming I'm in my real life and I go about my day-to-day, but I get a sequence 9 power. I would probably go reader. Sleepless, I only need 2 hours. Sayura, if I only slept like 3 or 4 hours a night, do you understand? I would get up to crime, okay? The fact that I'm asleep for a third of the day is the only reason I don't get up to crazy shenaniganery. What about Savant? I feel like Sequence 9 of Savant was rather fucking boring, no? Like, it didn't grant that many powers. Knowledge of chemistry. That's what it grants me. Bro, I could just learn chemistry. Fuck that. What's the best Sequence 7? Savant gives perfect memory. I already have perfect recall. I'm fine. You guys have seen me read. You know that's most definitely not true. Okay, Sequence 7. Sequence 7. Oh, Shido, look away. Shido, look away. Don't look at the screen. You're gonna get spoiled. Okay, I really like Magician. Nightmare, no thank you. I already live like a sleepless. Would be nice to not have it affect me. Fair. Nah, I'm good. Nah. Never get lost at sea? That's not bad. I guess I could become a great sailor. But I guess with all the technology, I don't really need it anymore. Psychiatrist, I feel like would be really good utility-wise. This would be crazy good. At Sequence 7, I think Psychiatrist beats Detective in my book. Oh, actually, no, you're right. Oh my god, the correct answer is, of course, username. Apologies. Lucky one. I don't need utility. I don't need utility if I can just straight up go to the casino and just rob them. Just bet 32 on fucking roulette and make quintuple my money immediately. That's what I'm choosing every time. Fuck everything else. No. You know what? Username is right. I apologize. All in luck, baby! 100 luck stat. Nothing else. Wait, Shermont's... wait. It dissolved the white feathers that grew out of the pores of his skin as he suppressed the subsequent squirming of his blood and flesh. His arm muscles swelled as he pulled the bowstring of the dragon-slaying bow, allowing the electric bolts and the dawn of lightning to mesh into a dazzling arrow. Gamble all the money in a coin flip, you coward. No, Ramiro. Let me get to 2 million and then I will gamble 1 million on... No, the problem is I can't do... Okay, Ramiro, I can't do a coin flip because a coin flip's going to be a... As soon as I hit $1 million, it's going to be a fucking sideways coin flip and I'm going to kill myself. Okay? I could do $1 million in a blackjack hand. I could do that. Upon hearing this, wait, no, hold on. The arrow flew out instantly and reached the altar, which was piled with monster skulls. It hit the heavy iron-black coffin. Silently, the arrow beam dimmed and vanished without leaving any effect. No, the area around the altar was turning dark and gloomy. Inside the iron-black coffin, a sound that resembled bones rubbing against each other sounded. Why are you disturbing my slumber? Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Upon hearing this, Waite's heart became heavy. This was because there was no hint of it hiding its malevolent intent. And it also meant that the former chief might have transformed into a monster. The City of Silver's attempt at salvation had failed. With a bang, the coffin lid flew open and shattered to pieces. A large wave of black fog emanated from beneath in an incessant manner. Oh, they fucked up, boys. They fucked up. Amidst this scene, Waits saw a figure slowly stand up from the coffin. He was nearly 4 meters tall, and his limbs were long. His body was covered in white feathers that were tainted with faint yellow oil. Behind his back were thin, illusory black tubes that were connected out into infinity. Oh, they're so fucking dead. Goodbye, Chief Colin Iliad. Gone, but never forgotten. Rest in peace. Behind the three members of the council, a huge wave stirred the pitch-black river. All sorts of arms, tentacles, and veins surged over. At this moment, Waite saw the chief's body transform rapidly and saw his bulging muscles tear his clothes. Bro, is this Death reincarnate? Who is this? Geralt of Rivia is cooked. I mean, if the real Geralt was here, he would be like, nah, I'd win. But he ain't, but this is a knockoff one, bro. He's gonna lose. Geralt of Rivia would be like, oh, I have a oil for this, and then take it out and just one tap him, you know? In the blink of an eye, Colin had transformed into a 4-meter tall giant. His skin was bluish black and muscular. Every inch of his skin, pores, and flesh seemed to violate the confines of a body. It was a unique combination that possessed an unimaginable shock factor. This wasn't something that could be described superficially or in dimensions, as apart from the quantitative terms like length, width, height, and breadth, there was information, strength, and spirituality. They were directly presented and seemed to be rich with complicated mystical patterns, symbols, and labels, but in fact, there wasn't any change. The former was just a partial image that humans received due to lacking the ability to sense and discern him. But even so, to face such a creature directly, humans without any godhood would still be corrupted by the spirituality, having their mind thrashed. It was precisely due to this fact that the creature was known in mysticism as a mythical creature. However, at that moment, Colin's head didn't experience any obvious changes. All it did was swell up, and the area from his forehead to nose cracked open with a black vertical eye like a rift. Before reaching sequence 2, the mythical creature form of a demigod was incomplete. Faced with the powerhouse of this level, the advantages of taking such a form was obvious. On one hand, this enhanced one's strength and level significantly. On the other hand, it would result in intense madness and provide strong inclinations towards losing control. It was a non-trivial test of one's rationality. It wasn't something those with insufficient willpower could withstand. Therefore, most saints would consider transforming into an incomplete mythical creature only if they were forced into a corner. And it wouldn't just be the transformation of a particular part of their body. To them, such an action was an attempt at dancing at the edge of a knife. It easily led to a loss of control. Therefore, caution was imperative. So wait, as a sequence 4 and 3 as a saint, you shouldn't transform into your mythical creature state, or there's like a high chance of you losing control? Most of the time there were two extremes. Yes, super high chance, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, actually, let me put this in my notes really quickly. Sequence. Okay, so then I might have a theory as to what losing control is. Okay, so I would assume when you use your mythical creature form, it expends a lot of spirituality. Like it draws a lot of spirituality from you to do that. Right? So And then basically the problem is, as a saint, you have a lot of spirituality, but not at the level of an angel, which means there's a high chance of you running out of your spirituality, and your spirituality is basically like, in my what I would assume is like an insulator to you. It insulates you from the horrors of humanity, or not humanity, but like gods and devils and evil beings and whatever. Okay. So like it insulates you, but as soon as you start running out of your spirituality, that's why like when Klein is like, "Oh, I expended my spirituality, I need to sleep," or like, "I'm cooked." It's because like when that spirituality runs low, it starts poking holes in your spirituality, and now the evil can get in and then corrupt you, and then you fucking die. That's what I would assume. I don't know, that's how I would assume. I can't think of anything else. I don't know if that makes any sense, or I'm just schizoid rambling. Really. Spirituality is like it's like a firewall. It's like an insulator. Exactly, DSV. Most of the time, there were two extremes. One extreme was the minority who indulged in their desires and expressed their fully evil side. The other was the kind who had extreme willpower and a resilient mind. Once the former produced the mythical form, it was equivalent to them losing control with no way of transforming back. The latter could use their mythical creature form as a rather normal battle tactic, without the fear of losing control. Of course, something rather normal wasn't normal. It still wasn't something that could be used frequently. This was because for people who danced at the edge of the abyss, they would only deepen the erosion on themselves with each attempt. It wasn't something that would be completely avoided just because they could handle it. Do you like today's episode? I missed your stream. Oh yeah, Shido, I thought it was a great episode. I would put it at like an 8.5 or 9. I'm still leaning towards an 8.5 because the plot armor I'm not a huge fan of. But like, it was a really good episode. Why do you think Beyonders can randomly lose control? I would assume they probably created like they learned something they weren't supposed to or something. Or they, they peered into something they weren't supposed to. Like, you know, the whole like, don't appear and don't know stuff you're not supposed to know or whatever, you lose control, because you create like a connection between you and whatever that thing is. That's what I would assume. Okay. Among the City of Silver's 6-member council, Colin was one of the few who could control his mythical creature form as a demon hunter. He held the 2 swords that were slathered with different ointments. Just taking a few steps forward with his right foot sent the land shaking as he leapt up towards the top of the altar. He then pounced towards the former chief. His body was like his giant-like body's interior and the exterior produced dawn light that scattered the surrounding darkness, purifying the harrowing creatures that were in the illusory river behind them. At the same time, Waite Chermont kept drawing his dragon-slaying bow, strafing around the former chief that had transformed into an unknown monster. Lovia had already closed her eyes. The 5-meter-tall silver-armored knight behind her had phased away, dragging the illusory greatsword. It charged straight at the altar, producing cracks that overflowed with silver light. In addition to that, at the shepherd elder's feet, the shadows that curled into a bundle suddenly began squirming as they came to life. It quickly left Lovia, and amidst the environment, intermixing with darkness and the dawn, it followed the eeriness and quickly headed for the iron-black coffin. However, its target didn't seem to be the mutated former chief, but the thin, illusory black tubes that were stabbed into his body while extended into infinity. Bye, DSV. Moments after Klein returned to the real world, he heard the loud chanting sounds of the waves crashing. He heard the prostitutes on the streets screaming in horror without any corrupt signs of calming down. What the fuck? Slightly surprised, he walked to the window, and through the gap of the two messily built buildings, he saw lead-covered clouds stacked together as waves swarmed the area behind Poto Harbor. A black hurricane extended from the surface of the sea to the tainted, dark silver lightning as it silently destroyed everything. It was like a door that led to the apocalypse had opened. And inside the port city, the void that had turned translucent, skulls with open mouths, vines with baby faces, bloody arms, and strange slimy tentacles with teeth were slamming at the boundary between the illusory and reality. It was horrendous. This made many pirates tremble in their knees as they didn't dare stay on the street. They rushed into nearby buildings. The seemingly invisible wraiths in the shadows flew around, appearing to make contact from time to time. Coming close to the ears of different targets, they attempted to scream but were unable to make contact. At that moment, Poto Harbor seemed to fall into the hell known as the Underworld. Klein frowned. He had a guess as to what was happening. Back when he made a divination above the grey fog, it angered the object deep in the gloomy mausoleum. It then unleashed its temper, changing the weather of the Berserk Sea in the Poto Harbor. This also means that the mausoleum is indeed concealed somewhere in the Berserk Sea. It's probably something that Death left back then. Of course, this might not be at odds with the product of the Numinous Episcopate's official artificial death project. And I think it's like we reserve some of the spirituality to prevent madness. This will explain why losing control is occurring with low on spirituality. And with increased sequence, we increase our spirituality quota, meaning... Yeah, exactly, Sayur. That's okay. Yeah, exactly. That's like a good way to put it. Yeah. Klein retracted his gaze and set up a ritual and sacrificed Asics copper whistle above the grey fog to prevent the unknown, strange, evil object from locking onto him. Shido, what did you read before this? After doing this, he looked out the window at the abnormality that was gradually calming down. He said with a self-deprecating laugh, "That's such an endearing welcome." The Numinous Episcopate will definitely notice the abnormality of the Berserk Sea. I wonder what they'll do. Above the illusory pitch-black river, the waves slowly calmed down. The arms, vines, and tentacles that attempted to grab at something were either vaporized or had no choice but to retract. Around the altar, the land was covered in cracks. There was white feather stained with yellow oil everywhere. Colin, in his giant form, had stabbed both swords into the former chief's body, pinning the rotting monster that wasn't shorter than him onto the collapsed altar. Bro, can you imagine how cooked this is? He presumably had to kill... He presumably was like among the few people who didn't have to kill his father, and now he has to kill his father. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Wade Sherman's dragon-slaying bow had already condensed a silver arrow of light, filled with a wrathful aura, aiming it at the former chief's head. The shadow that Elder Lovia had produced had successfully arrived at the altar under the Silver Knight's cover. While the two elders weren't paying attention, the shadow leapt and pounced at the black tubes that extended into infinity from the former chief's body. What did she do? What does she do? With the incorporeal tubes approaching, the shadow's color darkened. The blackness that seemed to embody the most corrupt and evil thoughts of humanity. At this moment, a deep voice resounded from the altar. Fate. The area in front of the shadow instantly darkened before realizing that it had pounced on Colin. Colin looked at it, his sights producing a pure brilliance. It was like the first sliver of light that illuminates the darkness on an extended night. The light grew brighter as it blasted out of the mausoleum, causing the basement of the City of Silver spire to produce an even brighter, dazzling light. When the two met in midair, they fell back down, landing upon Colin's massive body. The pitch-black shadow evaporated with a sizzle. What the fuck is happening? So the Lovia's shadow connected to the black tubes on the back of the old chief, and that fucking attacked Colin and the other guy, I guess. Demon hunter Colin Iliad turned back to glance at Lovia without a word or expression. It was as though nothing had happened. He quickly retracted his gaze and directed the remnant beam straight into the former chief's dual swords. Lovia stood there with her eyes closed without showing any signs of panic or fear. Instead, she slowly sighed. Oh, he used the siphon charm to, reverse, to switch fates, or reverse fates, I guess? In the City of Generosity, Bayam, Alger Wilson circled. Colin used replace the fate of being connected to Lovia's shadow from the former chief to himself. In the City of Generosity, Bayam, Alger Wilson circled many times in order to escape any imaginary trackers or monitors before arriving at the artisan's residence. He pulled open the doorbell. He had heard that the artisan had recently been infected by a disease, and strange snoopers had appeared in the vicinity. Alder at first suspected it was the demoness sect, but on careful thought he felt that the artisan had no way of withstanding the temptation of their charm. There was no need for the demonesses to go through such complicated and roundabout manner. Therefore, Alder believed that there was another reason for the matter. He needed to see for himself to prevent the delivery of the item from being delayed again. He didn't wish to lose the characteristic and the materials for no good reason. We're done? So Lovia just saw that and then she just went, alright, I'm not gonna do it. She just stopped? She didn't try again or attack again or anything? She just went, eh? Shido, I promise the next volume is even better, so if you can, join. You're gonna like it. Read. Oh, yes, I do want to read the perfect run too. God damn it, there's so much to read. Fucking Christ. Amidst the ringing of the doorbell, the artisan's maid opened the door and glanced at Alger. Why are you here? This person was none other. A thin, tanned, middle-aged man glanced at Alger and said, why are you here? It was none other than the artisan Sealef, who had worked with Alger for years. Didn't you say you were sick? Alger asked. I'm much better, Sealef yawned. Alger was taken aback as he looked around. Where's that strange snooper? Who the hell knows? There's been no sign of the snooper anyway. In short, I'll be moving soon. It's too dangerous here. That's good, Alger heaved a sigh of relief. Aren't you inviting me for a cup? A fellow like you, who only seeks high-proof alcohol, has no way of appreciating fine wine. Sealf pulled at his flaxen-colored hair. Alger walked in steadily, and with just one glance, he had taken in the entire area into his eyes. Oh, bye, Leah-sam. Scholar-type bishop. Ooh. Oh, wait, who wanted to play a rapid game with me? I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. I like Mother of Learning better. I know, I need to read that too. Oh my god, there's so much to read. This is crazy. What is DCC? Oh, yes. Lasuyashi, are you still here? Freudian slip, yeah. Freudian slip indeed. I don't think he's here. Alright, I'll get him. Scholar type bishop. Read Wandering In. You'll be reading for the rest of your life. How long is it? Cialf's residence wasn't messy and dirty like most bachelors. That's 13. How many words is Lord of the Mysteries? Is it like... What? Oh, good God. It's still ongoing? 2 million? So it's like 6 Lord of the Mysteries? Oh, 4 according to Milos? Oh my god. Cialf's residence wasn't messy and dirty like most bachelors. Things were placed neatly and there wasn't any dust on any surfaces. After all, as an artisan, he didn't exactly lack money. Scanning the area, Alder discovered nothing that was off from his previous visit. The furnishings were exactly simple and with nothing expensive. Of course, Alder knew very well that Cialf definitely deserved the title of being a tycoon. He just didn't care about putting on a so-called decent image. He was willing to spend hundreds of pounds for a bottle of limited edition wine, but he would never waste a single pence on expensive carpets. A cup of Sonia blood wine. Alder's expression remained unchanged, but his verbal and body language indicated that he was coming in simply to get a free cup of wine. Cialf shrugged. You should feel lucky. I don't have the habit of keeping Lenti proof. He walked to the tiny bar counter in the living room and took out a bottle of exquisite Sonia blood wine. Finding the sofa to sit down, Alder took the opportunity to raise his hand to massage his neck. With the cover of this action, he naturally took a glance at his surroundings, quietly making an observation. As Cialf couldn't be bothered to decorate his residence, Alder quickly completed his attempt as his gaze fixed onto a glass window of a cupboard a distance away. Through the glass, he saw some dried grass and flowers. There were red-rimmed flowers, blood moon flowers, and monkey-faced tree leaves, common characteristics in the southern continent, but were practically unseen in the northern continent. Alder retracted his gaze as he silently watched Cialf carry the bottle of wine and wine glasses over. Reaching over to take the glass of wine, he began idly chatting about the recent developments at sea until a small, half-filled bottle of Sonia blood was finished. Cialf, FQ. Reaching out to take his glass, Alder began talking about recent developments at sea. Until the small half-filled bottle of the wine was finished. Upon seeing this, Alder smiled and bade farewell. 5 minutes after he left, Cialf, who had silently sat down to indulge in the tipsy experience, stood up. Did he suspect anything? No. Regardless, this place is no longer suitable for you to live in. You need to move away as soon as possible. I still have certain commissions that I haven't completed. You don't have to. It's not like you will contact them again. You will receive a new life. Alright. What the fuck is happening with this? 2 buildings away, Alder sat on a long bench in someone's garden, cupping his right hand to his ear as he heard the conversation that came with the wind. Westbalam, Baron's Harbor, outside a seemingly ordinary house. It's really due to your bad relationship with the Church of Knowledge that you're egging me on to come here to request for a language comprehension charm? Dennis wiped away the sweat from his forehead as he looked at Anderson. You shouldn't describe it as bad, Anderson said. Then hostile, Dennis blurted out. The negative effects of your boxing gloves might not be as easily bearable as you imagine, Anderson said. A more accurate description is that, be it me or the Church of or the people from the Church of the Knowledge, none of us are willing to interact with each other. But how do I request the charm? Dennis asked. Do I just head up to a clergyman of the Church of the Orthodox God and mention something about mysticism? I'll be locked up. No. It's simple. Just mention my name. Indicate that you came to Westbalam for some pressing matters and do not have the time to learn Dutanese, nor do you dare hire a local interpreter. Therefore, all you could do was seek their help, hoping that you could receive a few language comprehension charms. During this process, showcase your knowledge of many northern continent languages, making the priests know that it's not that you lack the ability to learn, but that you lack the time. Then they will test you. When that happens, all you need to do is get a good score and receive the charms. Test? You're not going in there because you're afraid of the tests, aren't you? Dennis said. His original intent was to randomly use some of the words to conceal his discomfort. See, I think Anderson is being controlled by something. And whatever's controlling him doesn't want to go into the church of one of the Orthodox deities because he knows as soon as he goes in, whatever's inside him will get noticed. It'll be like an evil spirit can't enter the threshold of a cathedral or something, right? His original intent was to randomly use some words to conceal his discomfort, but he ended up seeing Anderson's expression freeze. From the looks of it, there's still something you're afraid of. Dennis chortled inwardly as he suddenly filled with confidence. I already forgot what you know about the thing with Anderson. I don't know, fucking shit, Kami. I don't know, fucking thing. Longest piece of literature is a shitty fanfic called The Lord House Revamped. I don't know what to do with that knowledge, but that's good. He took large strides into the ordinary house and discovered that its interior was more of an amalgamation of classrooms and not a land of preaching. He then saw a grizzled elder. Although this man wasn't wearing the clergyman robes of the Church of Knowledge, just his uniquely scholar air convinced Dennis that he was at least a bishop. Hello there. Without covering himself with a hood, Dennis walked over with a smile. The elder silently watched him approach and said, Dennis. His mind filled with questions. He knows me? How? Isn't my bounty only limited to the sea? You are here for language comprehension charms? The elder glanced. Yes? Are you planning on heading to the places ruined by Karamia and May Sanchez? Yes. The elder took out 4 brass charms from his pocket. These can be used for 2 months. They should be enough. That's it? Isn't that too simple? Isn't there supposed to be a test? You don't want it? The elder asked. No, it's not that. How do you know me? How do you know I want the language comprehension charms? Your captain told me. She said that you refused to stop no matter how much they called out to you when you left the ship. Rushing straight for the harbor, she had actually prepared a few charms for you. Edwina is so good. As he spoke, the man shook his head, the look in his eyes somewhat ambivalent. It was as though he was looking at a student who was careless. I should have long realized that. The captain is so meticulous. It's impossible for her to not consider that problem. It probably wasn't your own idea to seek help here, right? I was just about to use divination to find you, the elder said. Ah, right, yes. It was suggested by Anderson Hood, Dennett said. The elder was taken aback as his expression turned ashen. At that moment, Anderson was sitting outside in the shade. He had snapped a tree branch and was casually drawing a barren patch among the grass as he leisurely waited for Dennett to come out. He had no doubts that this unqualified hunter could obtain the charms. This was because as long as Dennett mentioned the Vice Admiral, everything would be easy. The only difference would be how many rounds of tests he would need to take. Just as he finished drawing the king of the North Ulison's head, he heard the familiar gate come from the inside. Anderson's branch-wielding hand paused as he looked at Dennett's. You failed the test? Anderson gave a sincere smile. Dennett shook his head. There wasn't a test. Help from your captain. This is what the bishop wishes for me to inform you. A real hunter doesn't rely on his instincts or solely rely on the prey's information. They also learn how to grasp the prey's psyche and use all kinds of additional information. This is the information he wants you to have. Thankfully, that's not that much. That's only the table of contents. Dennett's lips quivered. That bishop said he should try to finish reading all the books mentioned within it within 2 years. This is really the god of knowledge. Peak teaching. Actually, oh my god. I have not seen Lord of the Rings. All I know is Game of Thrones is peak, so yeah. Desi Bay, Eskelson Harbor. Klein was like any normal southern continent tourist visitor. He had bought tickets to East Balam, boarded a hybrid steam and sail liner. With a hum, the ship left the harbor and entered the Berserk Sea. Midway, Klein discovered the Lone Kingdom's Desi fleet patrolling the safe sea route. From the looks of it, the abnormality in the Berserk Sea has garnered the attention of the military. This way, the numinous episcopate has no way to investigate these waters. Of course, a fleet is unable to monitor the entire stretch. Klein stood inside the cabin as he looked at the scenery outside, thinking in enlightenment and poignancy. At this moment, he heard stacked illusory prayers. He hurriedly went above the grey fog to check. It was from the hanged man. He requested Mr. Fool to inform the hermit that the artisan was suspected to be controlled by a cult or an organization, and he wanted to receive her help. 9:04. Oh my god. I don't know. I do not know when I'm going to finish quick chess puzzle. Yes, you know what? Let's play. No, let's just play another. Let's just play another Blitz game. Anyone want to play with me or randos? I don't care. But One Piece and Game of Thrones are the only piece of fiction I believe are the best. I'm hoping Lord of the Mysteries takes that Thrones too. Shido does have good taste. Those are One Piece, Lord of the Mysteries, and Game of Thrones. Peak trio. Alright, let's go. Quick 3-minute game. I don't know, I'm so tired today. Well, that was rather stupid, eh? I don't like that because I don't want to do that. Why did you do that like you did something? I don't understand. What did that accomplish? I don't understand. You're so stupid. AOT overrated as fuck? Hard disagree. Is he okay? What is he on? Okay. Ah, that was dumb. That was dumb. That was actually very dumb. That was stupid. That was very stupid. Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I don't want to talk about it. Wow, I did not see that at all. (904) analysis. Wow. Good lord, I'm so out of practice. Eren Yeager did nothing wrong? Absolutely agree. Eren Yeager didn't do a fucking thing wrong. I mean, One Piece got good after like 300 episodes? Hard disagree. What? What? I've seen the rocks. Yes, I did see that, Pushkar. Yeah. So as did I lost in like 8 moves. Okay. The artisan is suspected to be under the control of a cult, and yet he's trying to get the hermit to help? Just get the world. Who knows which waters the future is in and how long it would take to arrive. The world can teleport. Client subconsciously rebutted his request, but believing that it would cause a delay, causing unnecessary losses. He then calmed himself and believed that the hanged man's attention to detail and experience. It was impossible for him to make such an obvious error. You stopped at Skypiea, Milush? That's insane to me. There's a revamped anime coming out, so just watch that at that point. This also meant that the hanged man has determined that the matter hasn't reached a critical state that requires immediate action. He also wishes to observe further to find more clues and details. Besides, since Ma'am Hermit has offered to provide help in advance, it means that she believes that for the time being, her region of activity would overlap with the hanged man. If anything really happens, she would be able to rush over there really fast. Or does she also have teleport? Klein decided that he should trust the Hanged Man. As his thoughts stirred, Klein threw the Hanged Man's prayer into the Hermit's crimson star. As he was waiting for the Admiral of Stars to reply, he suddenly saw the star representing the sun contract and expand. The exploration has some preliminary results, Klein made a guess. Merlin, how's it going, man? All I've seen is a One Piece live action? That's crazy to me. I don't watch any anime live actions. I refuse to. In accordance with his expectations, the little son began recounting everything that happened after the 3-member council opened a mausoleum, including encountering the souls of the deceased, the river that they crossed, and how they faced the incomplete mythical creature form of the former chief's body covered in white feathers, and Shepherd Elder Lovia's separation of a shadow in an attempt to pounce onto the illusory tubes. However, she was stopped when Colin Iliad used the Fate Siphon charm, swapping his and the former chief's fate for a brief moment. No, I haven't seen the One Piece live action. Nope. Since Oda handpicked the cast, I had faith in the live action. I think it paid off. I've heard it's good. I have. I don't know. I've had too many bad experience. I've heard too many bad things about live actions for anime, so I just don't watch them. Thin, illusory black tubes. That sounds familiar. Yet wasn't this the main characteristic when I divined the abnormality of Azek's whistle? And the reason the chief built the mausoleum was to switch to a sequence 3 ferryman of the death pathway. As Klein listened, his mind raced, joining the dots together and considering what kind of conclusion he could receive from that. A few days ago, I found Mob Psycho had a live act. Really? I know, yeah, no. I remember, I have heard that it's very Kakegurui. Wait, Kakegurui has a live action? Really? I've never even heard of that. Oh, it does. 2018. 6.8 out of 10. IMDb. He then made a bold guess. The mutation of the City of Silver's former chief had a connection with the Numinous Episcopate's artificial death project. Although this conclusion sounded inexplicable and unbelievable since the City of Silver was situated in the completely isolated, forsaken land of gods, it was a place that could only be entered via certain means. Even the 7 deities couldn't find it or have the power to infiltrate it. However, the numerous similarities made Klein, who was sensitive to coincidences, combine the actions of the Shepherd Elder in the operation and eliminate 2 other possibilities. From the scene that he received from divination and the experiences of having white feathers grow from the pores of the back of his hands when he summoned the failed project of artificial death. What's your favorite movie? Silent Voice. As well as the encounter of the 3 elders of the City of Silver, he began suspecting that the Numinous Episcopate's attempt might have achieved success to a degree. After a series of sacrificial rituals and transforming of their own high-sequence Beyonders, they influenced the Death's remains via backward propagation, causing that abstract, illusory uniqueness which represented a deity's authority to generate some sort of sentience. This allowed the object that was only a totem and a concept to come to life. Hence, this unintelligent object that couldn't be considered artificial death had begun assimilating with the entire ritual, eagerly exerting its own influence on lower sequence Beyonders of the same pathway. No, someone's gonna have to explain this to me. I feel like I'm just reading words. What the fuck is happening? So something about uniqueness coming to life, something, I don't know. Someone please tell me. After reaching certain conditions. Okay, hold on. Let me read it. Let me just read it in my head. Give me a second. Klein divined about the whistle, saw lines that go from something to the sky, same thing the elder had on his back. Yes. Okay, I'm just, yeah, okay. Let's just keep going. I don't know. After reaching certain conditions, the object hidden in the depths of the black fog could extend thin, illusory black tubes, establishing connections with the target, and draw upon their strength to transform their bodies. And this method might involve the underworld, or something special about Death's domain. It could circumvent the force that isolated the forsaken land of the gods, and make effective contact with the beings within. Therefore, the shadow that the shepherd elder Lovia had produced was a bestowment of the true creator. Its goal was to follow the thin, illusory black tubes on the former chief's body and trace the remains of the corrupted death. Perhaps this was how the Mother Tree of Desire replaced the chained god back then and seized the corresponding authority. Okay. So the Numinous Episcopate were somehow able to grant the uniqueness of the death pathway consciousness. How? Couldn't fucking tell you. And that uniqueness has now gained a degree of sentience, but is still kind of rudimentary, I guess, to a degree. And it's influencing lower sequences of the same pathway. All right, bye, Luvia. Thanks for popping by, man. Okay. Thankfully, the current chief has a very clear mind. He knew ahead of time to seek out the secret existence backing the little sun. Are you sure you can? I don't know, Wrongs. I feel I'm so sleepy. Fuck. Would you guys be okay if we left it at 9:05 today? Let's just leave it at 9:05 right now. Fuck it. Higher sequences also, since the chief was trying to switch to sequence 3 ferryman. So they were the reason he failed? The artificial death project was the reason he failed? Like, I'm so sleepy, and at this point it feels like I'm just reading for the sake of it, and it's like, what the fuck is even the point? I didn't sleep well, Nightwalker. Don't judge me. God. Okay. Then, yeah. Bro got hit by a demoness of affliction. Okay. Corruption, those tubes connecting the chief to infinite sky. Okay. Oh, so they think it's connecting to the so those tubes that are extending to infinity, Klein thinks it's extending to somewhere in the underworld, basically? From the looks of it, the two powerful sealed artifacts of the City of Silver are good at purification. They're able to stop the shadow that corrupts Death's remains. As the fool, I seem to have crossed the true creator once again. Of course, Amon will be the one taking the blame, since the Worm of Time was from him. Through Little Sun's description and relying on his own interference. I mean, you can stop. Okay, you know what, Milish? We'll stop at this chapter, then fuck it. Who even cares? To the real world. Oh, I see. Okay. Anything else not important? Okay, yeah, sounds good, wrong. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap, dude. I'm so sleepy. Through Little Son's description and relying on his own interference, Klein roughly figured out what happened in the conflict. Meanwhile, he also gained a look at Shepherd Elder Lovia's mental condition. To Lovia, thin, illusory black tubes that led to the outside world was undoubtedly the key to the City of Silver's escape from the Forsaken Land of Gods. Therefore, she was certain of her actions at the time, without showing any signs of regret. She would only believe that the chief was the one who shattered that hope. Inference, not interference? Oh, I see, okay. Yes, Thunder, it is morning for me. Well, I guess it's midday technically, it's like 1:30. It's not too terrifying to have someone do evil deeds. What's most terrifying is when people who have a martyrish mentality do evil they believe is right. This is true. What do you do? Again, like, read me, I can't even stop tagging you. Yes, okay, what did you say, Nightwalker? Night stream? I'll let you know, Nightwalker. I don't know, maybe. I need midday nap, yeah. I'm gonna go watch Superman tomorrow? Oh, shit. No, Shido, I've heard it's pretty good, man. I heard it was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it either, but I heard it was pretty good. Yes, back when the illusory river was described, the various weird creatures likely correspond to the underworld. This is similar to the scene I saw in the Berserk Sea. It's also similar in effect to what Miss Sharon's mystical item created. As Klein thought about it, he listened to Little Sun wrap up the topic before mentioning the monster known as Shapeshifter. After Derek finished describing it, Klein felt shapeshifters were very likely to be Bizarro Banes. He hurriedly summoned a gold coin from the junk pile and did a divination to confirm. With the Little Sun's strength, there's no way for him to head to that city to hunt it. I can only wait until the chief prays to the fool again, or seeks help via the sun. Well, there's no rush. I haven't even found the Spirit World Plunderer yet. I can watch the... Are you talking about Superman, Dr. Z? After requesting Mr. Fool to pass the corresponding information to Mr. World, Derek said that he had enough points and could exchange for the Beyonder characteristic of a Sequence 5 vampire to complete the transaction that Mr. Moon requested by Mr. Moon, so he told him to prepare himself. You watch cam rip movies? We'll have cam print right now. Yeah, I wouldn't watch it with that. You know, if it's like cam print, then I would leave it. On the Future, which was slowly cruising towards the waters of the Rorstad archipelago, Catlayet thanked Mr. Fool and opened the window of her cabin and shouted, "Turn towards Bayam." After issuing the command, the pirate admiral curled the corners of her lips. She had the chance to establish a long-term cooperation of an artisan. But at that moment, she thought of a problem. If she easily received the help of an artisan, would Frank, who hadn't been able to obtain a Sequence 5 potion formula, attempt to make the druid characteristic into an item to expedite his paused experiments? That's not good. On the liner, Klein, who had finished handling the matter, focused on enjoying his trip. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Frank Lee is terrifying. On the liner, Klein, who had finished handling the matter, focused on enjoying his trip. Due to the Berserk Sea's abnormal change in weather, the liner he was on board with had chosen to take a further, more roundabout sea route that was much safer. Furthermore, it was to dock at a harbor named Halman for the night. Klein didn't alight and remained at a window side table at the upper levels restaurant to have his dinner. While waiting for his food, he casually looked out the window and took in the local night skyline. Suddenly, he discovered a suspicious figure with a luggage bag preparing to board the ship. The reason why he appeared suspicious wasn't only because the man was wearing a black overcoat and tall top hat, but that he wore a scarf that wrapped his face, hiding his physical features. All that could be seen was a pair of eyes. And that pair of eyes were peeled to the ground, preventing anyone from discerning what he looked like. A mon? I'm just kidding. Okay, let's just see. Is there some artwork really quickly? Oh my god, that is a... Jesus Christ, that is so much art. Oh god. There's a lot. Oh god, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna... Wow, that is beautiful though. What the fuck? Jesus, that is... Man, this is beautiful too. God damn it. There's so many good art. How many fucking cats? I'm gonna assume different cats represent different personalities. This fat one has to be Dwayne Dantes because he's a fat cat. This one I would assume is Klein Moretti. Gehrman. I don't know this one. Sherlock, I guess. Not always, but sometimes they just put cats. Oh, okay. Klein. I'm gonna assume Melissa and Benson he'd be drawing, I guess. Or I guess Benson, Melissa, Klein he'd be drawing. I don't know. Damn, the art is so good, man. Like, oh my god, look at this. Even the fucking topaz crystal. Merlin, stop it. Damn, my guy can't even enjoy the birds without taking out the gun. He's like, what? You want this smoke? I'll shoot all of you. God damn, they're birds, bro. Chill. My guy. Well, you gotta sit on a chair. Why are you sitting on the ground? What's the matter with you? How many more Klein personas you think? So we have volume 5, 6, 7, and 8 left, right? I would venture to say we're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 more personas. I feel like he's sad boy. Fair enough. I feel like any more is too many. I even feel like 2 might be a lot. It might just be 1. I don't know. Look at this guy. Gehrman Sparrow's a wild name. Guess volume 4 title. Make sure you read the next chapters only in optimal conditions. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll be. If you were tired at night, just postpone it. Okay, sounds good, Dr. Z. Thank you. I appreciate how much you guys care. I do. Damn, he's sad boy for real. Look at him. Depressed. Sag. More Klein art? God damn. Just rest today, read tomorrow. Volume 4 is Undying. Yeah, we already know it. It's in the spoiler note. It's in the notes. So bro is gonna be a bounty hunter now. Yeah, I will. We'll see how we'll see how we feel. What? What do you mean I wanted to know really badly? It was in the author notes. See, Shido, this is what this guess volume 5. Shido, do not look on screen, okay? I'm gonna pull up my notes. Please don't look on stream. Nope. So, Undying is 4. Miracle Invoker. It was. Man, the artists are just too good. Well, now he doesn't know what that refers to, Kami. He doesn't know what my thought process is. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. What are you... That's hardly the same. God. Some ASIC art. God damn, my boy looks so good. Holy crap. Holy fuck, dude. He looks so good. Dude, this looks so good. I feel like okay, sorry. I used to think Amon art was the best. Never mind. I think ASIC art is the best, dude. This is insane. Compare this to the Donghua version. This is this is adorable. I think he has the best art, dude. I think ASIC has the best art by far. Bro, you can just let them feed you normally. You pay them. Why you gotta use these? All right, bye, Shido. I mean, if you want to stick around at this point, we're done in like 2 minutes, and I don't think there's any more spoilers for you. But if you want to go, I totally get it, man. Blasphemy Amon art is the best. ASIC cosplay on 10K. ASIC cosplay on 10K. Promise. We'll get a brown suit. We'll get a brown suit. I feel like ASIC wears a brown suit for the most part, right? We get a brown suit. We'll get suspenders. We'll get the whole lot. You think I would say ASIC at 10K and I would do made at 5K? Really? That's what you think? I feel like Alder's art, as time has gone by, has made him more and more handsome. Am I crazy? Easy doing Audrey, you can be Annie. Dr. Z is gonna like several thousand made ASIC at 15K. What does made ASIC look like? And a bald maid would pull in more views? I don't think so. Sharon cosplay at 15. We will figure something out, okay? Damn, the artwork's really, man. Bro, I feel like this is Kami's thing. Kami, I think it was Romero who said this yesterday. I feel like whenever Kami's name pops up, that image just pops in my head at this point. It's crazy. Alright, we'll talk about it. Alright, guys, we're gonna go. Alright, I'm gonna end stream. I'm really sleepy. I'm gonna take a nap. Alright. I love you guys. Thanks for popping by, guys. I'm sorry to end it early. I'm so sleepy. Holy crap. Fuck. Bye, guys.